Namaste, and I welcome you to Hindustani Tongue. Today, I'm so happy to introduce to one of our students who flew 6,000 miles away to travel India. So, let us all welcome Mr. Andre. So, Namaste, sir.
नमस्ते.
How are you?
नमस्ते.
तो आप कैसे हैं?
मैं ठीक हूँ. और आप?
मैं भी बहुत अच्छा हूँ.
हाँ.
तो इंडिया का ट्रैवल कैसा है?
हाँ, ठीक है.
अच्छा है?
बहुत अच्छा है.
बहुत अच्छा है.
मुझे भारत बहुत पसंद है.
बहुत पसंद आया. So what are the places like आप कौन-कौन से शहर में गए?
So Delhi, Delhi और आगरा और अमृतसर, खजुराहो, वाराणसी, कोलकाता और बैंगलोर.
Bangalore, बहुत अच्छा. First of all, I would really thank you to be here with us and find some time for this interview and let our viewers and people know that how useful it is when you know the language and you travel the country, right?
Yes.
So tell me about your experience. Like first of all, the experience in India so far.
If you come from the West, it takes maybe 1 or 2 days to get used to the crowdedness and the noisiness of the cars and stuff. But once you get through that and you can, see through all the business, you will kind of discover that layer of beautiful beauty that is hidden beneath that.
Right.
And so everywhere you look, you find new stunning things to explore, and it's just all around amazing country. I mean, everywhere you look, there's art.
Yes,
and the people are overall super friendly and helpful.
Right.
On every corner you can find amazing food, and it doesn't cost much.
Yeah.
So it's really amazing. So if you are into architecture like me and civil engineering, this is like a haven.
Right.
Because it's a mix of old and new, and it's beautiful.
Great.
बहुत सुंदर.
बहुत सुंदर.
I can tell you that this is my 4th trip to India, but this is my first trip that I know some Hindi, that I can use Hindi.
Yes.
And I can tell you that it makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So because people open up to you.
Yes.
People tell me that they find it an honor that I try to learn their language.
Right.
And so yes.
So, you were in Netherlands and you started taking lessons with Hindustani Tongue, I think for 1 year.
Yes.
And after you we can say you work hard with your lessons,
Yes.
And after that, you put all of your work and then you come back. I mean, then you come India. And how that 1 year and your hard work, and your Hindi helped you to travel here?
Well, we try to travel with the train a lot, and so if you need to find your way around the station, it's very helpful. So, because if you can ask anyone, not just certain people, but anyone, where the platform is, and they can talk to you in Hindi and explain to you where to go, that is amazingly helpful. If you know the time, how to ask for when is the train leaving. That is extremely helpful. If you need to find a toilet or anything like that, or food, so it has been incredibly helpful. I think we couldn't have managed traveling by train to India without my knowledge of Hindi.
So there is everybody knows that a huge population speaks English, right?
Yes.
In India. And there is also a misconception, maybe in the Western countries or whoever wants to travel in India, that I don't need to know the native languages, right?
Yeah.
Like whether it's Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali, wherever you're traveling. So do you think one don't need to know the native language at all? Or if they know the language, how will that benefit them?
You can travel here without knowledge of Hindi, but this is my 4th trip and my first trip knowing Hindi, and it makes a huge difference.
Okay.
Because the people you can approach, it's a lot more, and and people also open up more to you. They're more helpful because they feel like you are putting effort into knowing their language and their culture. Exactly. So it has been a huge difference. Yes.
So what I can understand what you are saying, that if you know, people are speaking English. When you talk in English, you might get your answer where the toilet is. But when you're speaking their language, you can connect with the person. They can open up their emotions to you, right?
Yeah,
they can show their love to you.
Not only that,
yeah.
Because I spoke Hindi, at least I have 5 or 6 new friends because of that. We have people offered to give us lifts to the hotel just because they heard that I was speaking Hindi, and they were amazed by that. Also, they heard me speak Hindi and they said, "Wow, your pronunciation is so good." And then we started talking, and then also the motivation why I wanted to learn Hindi, so they were amazed by that, and my contacts in my phone has increased a lot because a lot of people wanted to be,
So you shared a lot of contacts?
Contacts, yes.
So people just ask you like, can I have your number?
Yeah. And also in the places that we stayed, the people serving us dinner gave me their business cards, things like that, because they wanted to stay in touch because they were so impressed. Yes.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Now I will also talk about in Hindustani tongue we follow very different approach, right?
Yes. So I have tried different ways to learn Hindi, and it didn't bring me as much.
Yeah.
It was very hard to start and to find your way to continue.
So according to you, what is the best part of the method that Hindustani tongue uses?
It's very practical.
Yeah.
What you learn is what you use in daily life.
Yes.
And for example, my teacher is a really great teacher.
Yeah, thanks to your teacher.
Yes, and she prepared me for this trip.
Wow.
So it's like 3 months ahead. She said, "Okay, what are you going to do there?" I said, "I will be traveling by train, by airport. We will visit this, that." And she said, "Okay, let's split it out and work on things that you can actually use on your trip." So that was really helpful, and so I'm very thankful for that. So, and this method, it just resonates with me. It works because they don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
Because this is what you need, and this is how you do it.
Yes.
It's very simple, and it works. Yeah.
So basically, we do not really focus on the grammatical part, but we rather focus on the practical part.
Yes.
Instead of when you are coming India, you need to speak. So in the lessons as well, we are practicing speaking, right?
Yes. And you start very easy with simply naming things, and then later you will start to combine sentences and make it a little bit more complex. But it's as complex as you want yourself.
Yes. Exactly.
If you are happy with the basics, you can learn the basics. But if you want to explore a little bit more in depth or make things a little more complicated, that's also possible. But it's totally up to you. And that flexibility is really good, really nice.
I'm so glad that you joined us, and then you build up your Hindi with us, and you experience this method, and all of that at the end comes at work.
Yes.
Worked for you and helped you to connect. So at the end, so last but not the least, so you know that India is one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world, and that there are millions of people traveling every year, and I want you to give them a message. So if they want to learn, if they are coming with learning a little bit language, in Indian language, wherever they are going, there is not one language in India. How can they have a different experience? So let's tell them.
First of all, before you leave, at least a couple of months before, start to get familiar with the culture, with the customs, and go to Hindustani Tongue and learn Hindi or any of the other languages they teach. So and that will 100% make your trip more interesting and more worthwhile. And don't go just to the tourist places, but explore the city with the locals, and you will find thousands of hidden treasures everywhere around. But it all starts with the language. If you speak the language, I cannot express how much more that will enrich your experience in India.
Thank you for sharing all of your experience. I'm sure it will really help to our viewers, not only the one who want to travel, but also willing to learn the Indian languages and customs and cultures.
Well, the Indian language, Hindi, is a beautiful language. It's very poetic. It's very, it's an old language, and you can really see that it's at the base of all languages.
Right.
And so it's not just a practical tool, but it's also an interesting, and I think it has enriched my love for languages. So yes, I'm very happy that I had the chance to learn what I've learned so far, and I will definitely continue to learn more with Hindustani Tongue.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us today. It was an amazing experience to talk with you and knowing your experience. So we wish you all the best. We want you to continue and take your languages to another level. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.